Young boys will watch with hopeful anticipation. Old guys will think, remember when. But for thousands of young men across this great nation, their time is now. It's high school football again. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to high school football on KCCB Channel 8. I'm Bill Rogan, along with former Montbello standout and CU player Justin Adams. We're at North Stadium for tonight's game between the Broomfield Eagles and the Legacy Lightning. And Justin, both of these teams won their first games, but the stakes are higher tonight.
Definitely in a rivalry game. I'll call it the neighborhood rivalry. They're playing for a huge game today. The intensity is going to be very high. A lot of these guys play pee-wee football together, so they know each other very well. This is going to be a very important game today.
Bragging rights certainly on the line. But when you look at Broomfield, they have never beaten Legacy in 5 tries. Coach Gary Davies of Broomfield wants to change that. How do they come out on top?
Well, Bill, first of all, you have to forget about last year's game. There's nothing you could do about it. It's a new year. But with that, you have to make sure you take care of the ball, play strong defense, and cut down on the turnovers. And how you do that is you give it to running back Ryan McCulley. The guy had 16 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown last year. Very important for Broomfield today.
Legacy will help their chances if they can get the ball into the hands of the dangerous Cameron McWee.
What else can I say about this guy, Cameron McWee? 3 total touchdowns, took an opening kickoff for a touchdown last week, 2 passes for a touchdown. This guy is only at 5'11", $164 pounds. You can't hit what you can't see. A guy who's going to have a lot of great plays today.
You'll certainly keep our eye on McWee. But this is a game, Justin, I don't know, high scoring, low scoring. What kind of game do you anticipate?
It's going to be a defensive battle, very close game, like the previous games have been. I'm not going to expect a lot of games, probably games in the 20s, just like last year.
And like any football game, it could come down to turnovers and penalties.
Yeah, every game comes down to turnovers. And like we say, Bill, you turn over the ball, you lose. Whichever team can take care of the ball and control the clock, they're going to win this game.
I saw you, Justin, looking at the guys on the field. Right now you're in a suit and tie. Do you wish you were in helmet and pads?
I wish I had any eligibility right now so I could play in this game right here. A rivalry game brings me back to my old Montbello days.
Big crowd on hand here at North Stadium. We'll be back with the opening kickoff after this. And we are set for football tonight at North Stadium in Westminster, Colorado. A beautiful evening for football. And our amateur meteorologist, Justin Adams, has the forecast.
Well, the forecast is clear. 73 degrees outside. Not a cloud in the sky. We got a couple of partly cloudy skies a little bit. So it's going to be a great day for football.
Any snow in the forecast?
No snow at 73 degrees.
That's a good sign. Legacy, the home team, they are on the near sideline wearing their navy blue get-ups with gold trim and gold helmets. Broomfield, the visitors, they are in their road whites with silver helmets and silver pants. Broomfield will kick off. Deep for the Legacy Lightning is Cameron McWee. Also deep for the Lightning is Fidel Paris. Both are explosives. Kicking off for the Eagles, it will be Pat LaLancette. Actually kicking off for Broomfield will be Angelo Perez, the quarterback.
And Bill, before the kickoff, Cameron McWee took the opening kickoff for a touchdown last week against Overland, and that's why you see a pooch kick there.
And that kick goes out of bounds. So they'll start at the 40-yard line. And the Lightning take over 1st and 10. The starting lineup for the Lightning on offense, Patrick Medina is the quarterback. The fullback is Eddie Schroeder. The tailback is Fidel Paris. They're the wideouts, Cameron McWee and Mitch McCall. Tight end, Aaron Edwards. The tackles, Jeff Charlo and TJ Ashcroft. The guards, Logan Lyons and Tyler Baum. The center, Aaron Montoya. And we will set the defense for Broomfield after this next play. So check that 35-yard line. The Lightning will start. And the give to Paris. Up the middle, gets 4 yards before he is brought down by Zach Bingham. Taking a look at the defense for the Eagles. Up front, they have Jimmy Roberts, the nose guard. The tackles, Andrew McLean and Tyler Stemke. The outside backers, Christian Nemai and Dan Purse. The inside backers, Drew Davies and Zach Bingham. The corners, Parker Oliver, Jordan Hood. And the safeties, Lee Cannon and Sean Robnett. And flags fly. Gives us a chance to tell you who the officials are tonight. The referee is Jim Shefflin. The umpire, Steve Hall. The head linesman, Nathan Jolstrom. The line judge, J.R. Shefflin. He is the referee's brother. And the back judge, Gary Leeper, who ironically was born on February 29th. 5-yard penalty against Broomfield, so it brings up a 2nd down and 1 for the Lightning.
Yeah, it looked like Andrew McLean got a little bit too excited on the last play. Just lost the count on the ball, was caught offsides.
And Paris, close to a 1st down. Not sure if he got it. He was stacked up. Andrew McLean in on that tackle. So the opening minute of play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down for Legacy. McWee goes to the far side. McCall split to the near side. And Patrick Medina, the 6'3 junior, calling signals. Schroeder, and it looks like he has the 1st down. The senior at 189 pounds at fullback. And a new set of downs for the Lightning. So, Justin, it wasn't easy getting that 1st down, but they did. A good surge up front.
Yeah, definitely good surge up front, going with the dive. It took 2 times to get the ball, to get the 1st down from 2nd and pretty much 1 down to go, but they got it.
Legacy 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Medina gives to Paris straight up the middle. Gets another decent gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards before he is taken down. Dan Purse getting in on the tackle. As we approach 10 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Glad you could join us on Channel 8. Our first game of the season.
You know, Bill, it's interesting to see what Coach Voorhees is doing. 4 straight running plays. And he's talking about earlier how he wanted to set up Broomfield for the pass. And Broomfield, we'll see what happens right now.
Here's Paris again up the middle. And he gets taken down about 1 yard, maybe 2 yards shy of the 1st down. Making the tackle for Broomfield was Lee Cannon, coming up from his safety spot, the senior. So 3rd down and about 2. Coming in with the play is Travis Baum. Legacy, their first game, they defeated Overland 33-20. That was on September 1st. And Broomfield, they defeated Fruta Monument 18-6, and that was on 0 week, August 26th. So they haven't played in a while. Here's Schroeder. Schroeder got the 1st down last time, but not this time. Drew Davies, the son of head coach Gary Davies, shooting the gap, making a fine play, and now decision time for Wayne Voorhees. And it looks like he's going to punt the ball away.
And, Bill, not too bad of a play there. You always want to set up Broomfield for another play next time. You never know. Maybe next quarter you will see that same 32 become a play-action pass.
Travis Baum will punt it to Nick Ongarato. Ongarato has it at the 15. Nice move to the 20. Out to the 30-yard line. And a flag flies. A good return by Ongarato, but we'll wait to see what the call is.
It looks like we might have a block in the back there, Bill.
So Broomfield will take over. 8:36 to go in the 1st quarter. No score. And the first possession coming up for the Eagles. And we'll take another look at that one, Justin. We'll see if we can spot the infraction.
Let's see, it's a good catch right there to start off the play overall. And nothing wrong so far in the play, but behind the play overall, there was a block in the back. But overall, it was a good run by the receiver there. So, I mean, by the returner, check that. So, you know, it's just an unfortunate play, something we talked about earlier. Broomfield can't shoot themselves in the foot with penalties, and they did there.
Patrick Matthews with the tackle. So, first offensive possession for the Eagles. Angelo Perez is the quarterback. The running back is Ryan McCulley, and we'll set the rest after this play. from the shotgun. The give to McCulley, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. They have 4 receivers, 2 wide receivers, Nick Ongarato and Gian Panacucci. The slot receivers are Jordan Hood and Christian Nemai. Up front, the setter, Butch Burchell. The guards, Aaron Viberg and Zach Bingham. The tackles, Tyler Stemke and Andrew McLean. And we'll set the Legacy defense in a moment. Coming to the near side, Parker Oliver split wide. Sean Robnett in a slot right. Perez going deep for Ongarato. He's got it at the 50-yard line. First down, a fingertip grab by Nick Ongarato. Alex Rimbos on the coverage. And a big play early for Broomfield.
A big play early for Broomfield. The first play didn't work with the run, so then they went with the long pass to Nick Ongarato. What a great play there. As you see, you get the ball, and the diving catch, actually. Surprising that ball didn't hit the ground. What a great layout catch by Nick Ongarato.
That's a 30-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10 for Broomfield at the 50-yard line with 7:45 to go and counting. First quarter at North Stadium. The give to McCulley. Good yardage up the middle. First down as McCulley gets dragged to the turf. Jake Chiddix, the initial hit for Legacy. Checking the Legacy defense as flags fly.
It looks like we have a couple of extracurricular activities after the play.
And defensively for Legacy, up front, the nose guard is Nathan Beatty. The tackles, Mike Blasco and Austin Yurko. The ends, Skylar McWee, the bigger brother of Cameron McWee. And Connor Ayers is the other, or the drop linebacker. The inside backers, Jake Bublitz and Garrett Kennedy. And the corners, Matt Drotar and Jake Chiddix. Or check that, Alex Rimbos. And the safeties, Tate Wilson and Jake Chiddix.
And Bill, on the play, we had sportsmanlike conduct penalties on both teams. And let's be honest, it's a rivalry game. It's something to be expected. So, get all the jitters, get all the extra, fights and everything out of the way early in this game, and let's clean it up.
1st and 10 Broomfield at the 39-yard line. Here's the pitch and a loss on the play, as getting the pitch out was McCulley. And it'll bring 2nd down and 13.
Yeah.
And we'll take another look at this one, Justin. What went wrong?
Well, Connor Ayers just shot through the gap on the pitch. And, that play had no chance from the get-go. Remember, this is the first play that Broomfield has ran under the center. So running a pitch there probably wasn't the best call they could have had. But they're definitely going to learn from that and call something better later next time.
2nd down, 13. Ball at the Legacy 42-yard line. Looks like Perez might be audibling. Fires downfield. He's got Ongarato. Touchdown, Broomfield. A 43-yard strike. And Broomfield on top early.
Well, great pass by Angelo Perez. What a great throw overall. He had 2 long passes on this drive, and Legacy got caught blitzing on this play. And we used to say this at the University of Colorado. You blitz, you lose. Angelo Perez had a great pass to Nick Ongarato. 43 yards.
The extra point was an adventure. Pat LaLancette will try the extra point. It's blocked. So that could loom large. So with 6:31 to go, it's Broomfield 6, Legacy nothing here in the first. And take us through it, Justin Adams.
Well, pretty much the blitz was coming from the weak side for Legacy. Angelo Perez threw a great pass to Nick Ongarato on a post pattern, and there was no safety help over top. Man-on-man coverage, and if the cornerback didn't stay with him, which he didn't there, he was going to get beat deep.
Nick Ongarato, his 2nd TD catch of this young season. He's also a standout on the Broomfield basketball team. And on those 2 plays, those 2 catches, Justin, you can see the good hands that he has, and the agility. You can tell he's a fine athlete.
And not only that, but he used his length on both plays. On the first play where he had the 43-yard reception earlier, he used his length in order to dive and get the pass. The next time he used his length to have the fingertip catch in the end zone. So 2 great plays and 2 great routes also by Nick Angarano.
Angelo Perez will kick it off. His last kick went out of bounds. McWee and Paris deep for Legacy. Another ball that's going to roll, picked up at the 20-yard line by Paris, and he's out of bounds around the 20-yard line. He might have let that go out of bounds, and maybe he was afraid that someone would come down from Broomfield and pounce on it.
Yeah, you're definitely afraid that somebody from Broomfield will come down and get the ball, but you know, it's something that Broomfield looks like they have looked at tape and they have went over on not kicking the ball at all, staying away from Cameron McWee as much as possible.
So second possession for Legacy. It's Broomfield 6, Legacy nothing. 6:31 to go, first quarter. McCall is split to the near side, and McWee to the far side. I formation behind junior quarterback Patrick Medina. Medina's first throw. Swings it out to Schroeder. Schroeder has some yardage out to the 29-yard line, close to a first down. On the coverage for Broomfield couldn't tell the number. Looked like Tanner Schnurr. Or no, take that, Dan Purse, 86.
And Bill, this is something we talked about earlier in the game. Coach Gary Davis is definitely looking, well, Coach Voorhees, check that, wants to definitely look at the linebackers to see how the linebackers for Broomfield are flowing to either side of the play. Not surprised that he called a boot there with the runs that he had in the first drive.
And that's a first down for Legacy. Medina chased. He's in trouble. And Medina gets a couple of yards, but he gets brought to the turf hard. On the tackle was Jimmy Roberts for Broomfield. He did get some yardage, though. Call it 2nd down and 7 for Legacy.
And that's something that Coach Voorhees was talking about, how just night and day, just the maturity of Patrick Medina, how he didn't throw the ball erratically for an interception, how he took what he could get. He got 3 yards, and 2nd and 10 is a whole lot better than nothing overall, or than an interception.
Medina lofts it looking for McWee, out of bounds. Very good coverage on the play by Parker Oliver, and it looks like they threw a flag on Oliver, but that was an uncatchable pass.
Yeah, it's an uncatchable pass, but you have a whole lot of hand guarding by the cornerback, so we may see a pass interference, and we're actually going to see holding.
No, it is pass interference.
Okay, we have pass interference
on Broomfield.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. It looked like very good coverage on the part of Oliver.
Well, you could say it was very good coverage. He had his head back. What may be called to that play was the hand checking and pretty much the hand fighting that was going on with the cornerback and McWee.
Even so, the pass was well out of bounds, but they will take it. And that's the 4th penalty for Broomfield already.
Yeah, one of the things that we brought up in the start of the game is how Broomfield needs to cut down on the penalties, or at least, have a low number. They have 4 already that could hurt them as the game continues.
1st and 10, Legacy, their own 48-yard line. And Medina goes down. Leading the charge for Broomfield was Andrew McLean, the junior tackle, 6'3", 225. He was swarmed under. Also, Zach Bingham sticking his nose into the play. And a big loss. It'll bring up 2nd down and 16. And the ball is at the 42-yard line of Legacy as we are approaching 4:45 to go in this first quarter. Again, 6-0, Broomfield on top. Paris, good yardage. Close to the 50-yard line before he's brought down by a pair of Broomfielders. Jordan Hood on the tackle. Also, Christian Nemai making the play. So it brings up a more manageable 3rd down and 9. And we'll take another look at Fidel Paris.
Well, sometimes you got to go back to your bread and butter. It looks like Legacy got a little bit in the play action phase. That's not their game. Their game is to control the clock with the run.
And Parker Oliver also getting in on the tackle. And we've got a timeout taken by Broomfield with 4:05 to go in the first quarter. So they want to make sure they're all set on defense. And this is our first game, Justin. Next week will be at Holy Family as Conifer, little mountain town. They will visit the Tigers. Then the following week we have Centaurus visiting Holy Family. We'll see Legacy again right here at North Stadium on October 7th, Ralston Valley. And then Broomfield against Longmont on October 21st. And of course, if you would like a DVD of this game and all our games, you can just go to broomfield.org. Makes a fine gift.
Oh, it
Grandma.
does make a fine gift.
Here, Grandma, here's your grandson's game.
Great Christmas gift. You know, Christmas is just right around the corner.
Don't say that. Let me enjoy September.
Exactly.
Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams, and it's third down and a long 8 for Legacy. Patrick Medina pumps. Schroeder, good blocking. Fires downfield. McWee, incomplete, broken up by Oliver, and he was covered like a blanket. Excellent coverage by number 4. Right there, Parker Oliver.
Yeah, great coverage by Parker Oliver on the play. It looks like they wanted to run a stop and go, but we do have a flag on the play.
A late flag. Here's the replay, and look at the coverage on McWee.
Well, the coverage was perfect. I mean, the cornerback didn't bite at all on the double move. But we do have a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Broomfield. That'll be a first down for Legacy. And Justin, head coach Gary Davies of Broomfield in his 24th year, he can accept physical penalties. Mental mistakes drive him nuts.
Hey, especially on a game like this where it's 3rd and 8. You have Legacy punting the ball away. The momentum's totally on your side, and then you're going to give away the ball on a penalty like that, on a sportsmanlike penalty. Understand, it is a rivalry game, but you have to keep your emotions in check.
There's no excuse for that, though, Justin. Rivalry game or not. 1st and 10, Legacy. Ball at the Broomfield 35-yard line. 3:56 to go, first quarter. Eagles in white holding a 6-0 advantage, but the Lightning now threatening. Paris weaves his way through traffic, gets about 4 yards. Nemai on the stop. Also at the bottom of the pile, Jimmy Roberts grabbing onto a leg. Drew Davies also there. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Lightning. Ball at the 32-yard line.
Bill, Legacy is at their best when they run the ball. Last week, Fidel Paris had 15 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. Their biggest thing is to run in between the guards with dives. And that's their biggest play that they need to do because it sets up all the rest of their play action passes, their boots, and he passes downfield.
Paris spins off a tackle, gets about 3, maybe 4. On the stop was Zach Bingham. I don't know about you, Justin, but it's hard to see the numbers on the Broomfield players.
It's a little bit hard to see the numbers on the Broomfield players. They have the Air Force-esque jerseys there, but you know, we'll do what we can. We'll be able to see these guys. But I tell you one thing that Broomfield should be looking out for is a boot play, because last time on 3rd and 2, Legacy didn't get it. They were going to run a boot. Well, they're going to run up the middle.
Paris first down and more. Paris down to the 15-yard line. He's tackled by Nick Angarado, the man who cut the touchdown pass a few moments ago. And you'll see many of these schools, players will play on both sides of the ball. So call it 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for Legacy. 2:32 to go in the first quarter. Travis Baum split to the left. They give the ball to Paris. Once again, he gets tripped up. Drew Davies, he ran over his leg, and Davies getting up a little slowly. Drew Davies, the son of Gary Davies, the head coach. I think both coaches are experienced, Justin. 24 years for Gary Davies, who actually played his high school ball at Broomfield. When Wayne Voorhees played high school football, there was no such thing as Legacy. He played at Horizon and coached there. And now he's in his 9th year as the head man here at Legacy.
And it's good to see 2 coaches who's been in the game for a while, 2 well-coached teams that we're going to see.
Second down, call it 7. To give to Schroeder. Pinballs his way down to the 5, down to the 2-yard line. And with 1:39 to go in the first quarter, Legacy is threatening. Again, this drive extended by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And it's one of the things that we talked about earlier in the game, how you have to cut down on the penalties, especially on a rivalry game. But look at the things that Legacy is doing. Legacy is going back to their bread and butter. Earlier in the drive, they were doing a whole lot of play-action passes, trying to throw the ball deep. Now they just said, we're going to play smash-mouth football, run the ball up the middle, and it's working out well for them.
Power I formation as Jake Bublitz comes into the backfield. The give to Paris off right tackle. He's close. Is he in? Doesn't look like it. No signal. That'll bring up 2nd and inches for Legacy. And Justin, if I'm Legacy, I'm just going to go off right tackle again. Just follow Tyler Baum and TJ Ashcroft.
Well, you're on the 1-inch line. You could do a quarterback sneak. Look for a wishbone formation here where you can give the ball to a Paris or any of the other individuals you mentioned.
We'll see what they do. The tight end is Aaron Edwards. They're always dangerous in this situation, a tight end.
Wouldn't be shocked to see a play action pass.
Again, power I. Paris, the deep man in the backfield. Gets the ball. Paris, touchdown. Legacy, an extra point away from taking the lead.
Yeah, Legacy an extra point away from taking the lead on this play. Fidel Paris so far 10 carries, 47 yards. Actually, let's make that 11 carries for 48 yards and a touchdown. And the whole drive was, yes, set up by the sportsmanlike penalty.
Travis Baum will attempt the extra point. And we have a penalty, legal substitution. And that will set Legacy back 5 yards. Shouldn't be a problem for Baum. Last week, Travis Baum, 2 for 2 in field goals, 3 for 4 in extra points. And one thing we've learned over the past few years, Legacy very good on special teams. So Baum will boot it. The holder is Bublitz. And the snapper is Ayers. Line drive kick is blocked. Tyler Stempke flying through the line of scrimmage. And we are even at 6. That is a huge play for Broomfield.
Huge play for both teams. 2 block extra points. The score is 6-6. But also on the snap, it was a high snap, so it can mess up the timing as we look at the replay here.
This is the touchdown by Paris.
Well, we look at the touchdown by Paris. It's a, as you say, it's a sweep to the right behind the tackles. On you have 2 lead blockers with the wishbone formation. You clear out that side of the ball, and that's what Legacy is good at. They're good at running through the tackles. That's where the game is, and it sets up their play-action passes.
So kicking off will be Matt Drotar, and deep for Broomfield is Ryan McCulley and Sean Robnett. McCulley to the near side, Robnett on the far side. They both stand at the 5-yard line. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. We're tied at 6. And both teams kicking themselves for missing extra points.
Well, literally
if they kick themselves, they might miss. Very good crowd on hand. People now extending onto the grass berms. You get here late, you don't get a seat.
Exactly.
So Drotar will boot it from the 40. End over end kick, McCulley at the 4. To the 20. To the 30-yard line. And he bowls his way out to the 35 as he just ran over, and I do mean running over, Jake Chiddix. So 1st and 10 for Broomfield. They'll start at their own 35-yard line, led by Angelo Perez, whose 43-yard touchdown pass to Nick Angarado got Broomfield on the board first. Coming to the near side is Parker Oliver. In a slot to the right is Angarado. Handoff up the middle. McCulley gets about 2 before he's taken down. On the tackle was Austin Yurko, and that will probably be the last play of the first quarter. 10 seconds and counting. So at the end of 1 quarter of play from North Stadium, visiting Broomfield 6, Legacy 6. And we'll be right back for the second quarter after this. On for Legacy, and Broomfield has the ball in white, going right to left. The handoff to McCulley. He gets dragged down by Yurko, who caught some fabric. Austin Yurko has some strong hands.
Yeah, he got some strong hands, all right. Took the running back down easily with his hands.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and a long 5 for Broomfield. Ball just shy of their own 40-yard line. Just underway, second quarter.
The way the Legacy defense is set up, it is set up to stop the run, but it's their passing is where the improvement is what's going to be needed the most.
Perez, high pass, incomplete, intended for Angarado. On the coverage for Legacy was Logan Hardy, senior defensive back. And so Broomfield will punt the ball away for the first time. Jimmy Roberts will be the punter. Not too often you see a 6'1", 235-pound nose tackle as the punter, but that's the case with Jimmy Roberts. And Cameron McWee, who's dangerous with a capital D, standing at his own 25-yard line. Kyle Allen is the snapper, and we have Hankies on the field.
It's going to be an offsides on the defense. The outside man for Legacy stepped over the line, went to the encroachment area before the play started.
Now we'll see if it's a first down or if it's close, if Gary Davies rolls the dice and goes for it.
I think it's too early to roll the dice, but it's a rivalry game, and you want to get the momentum however you can, but you could also pin Legacy back deep.
Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to send the offense back on. And the Broomfield fans across the way cheering the decision. Of course, if it doesn't work, they'll probably change their mind. 4th down, a little less than a yard, and the Broomfield offense back on the field.
And wouldn't this be ironic? The last drive for Legacy was extended by a penalty. You can see one here by Legacy.
I like this. It's not going to work. McCulley gets stopped. Yurko again. Also in on the tackle, Nathan Beatty. The nose guard blew that play up. So the gamble backfires, and Legacy takes the ball at the Broomfield 44-yard line, 1st and 10, with 11:13 to go in the second. And Justin, what happened here?
Well, it was gap control. This is a 4-4 defense for Legacy. They knew what was coming. Broomfield knew what was coming, and unfortunately the play didn't work. And sometimes the worst thing to do is to have a 4th and 1 from about the 50-yard line. Medina flushed. Medina goes down.
And Broomfield fired up as the blitzing linebacker, Dan Purse, the 6'4", 190-pound junior who had a sack last week, has one there, a 13-yard loss. 2nd and 23. This is a game of big plays already.
A game of big plays, a game of big blitzes, a game of big hits. It's a game you got to love.
I formation behind Patrick Medina. And we have somebody jumping on the interior. Jimmy Roberts, the nose guard, may have jumped. And another penalty for Broomfield. That's 6 penalties. And how many yards, Don? 55 yards. There it is. Roberts a little jumpy. But coaches will tell you, Justin, a nose guard should never be offside.
He should never be offside. You're right over the ball. You can see the ball ahead of you. But again, still the nerves are still kicking in, it looks like, early on in this game.
And maybe Medina altered the snap count. Give to Paris. He gets across the 50 down to the 49 before he's pushed backwards. So a short gain. They'll still bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 for Legacy as we are at the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. Tied at 6.
And even in second and long distances, you see Coach Voorhees not changing his game plan. He understands that his team is at their best when they run between the tackles. Now it's 3rd and long, so we may see a pass here to Cameron McWee.
Aaron Edwards in a game slot right. Medina drops the snap. And a screen pass incomplete, intended for Paris. But Justin, when the quarterback drops the snap, that just throws off the timing.
Well, it throws off the timing of the play, and it looks like Fidel Paris had a wide open field with the line of linemen ahead of him on the screenplay.
Ongarato and Robnett deep for Broomfield. Travis Baum, who averaged 35 yards on 3 punts last week, will boot it away from his own 40. Nice high kick. Robnett at his 14. Avoids one guy. He gets to the sideline. Flag flies as he is tackled. Good open field tackle by Drew Hebel.
And you're going to have a block in the back on Broomfield there around the 25-yard line. It wasn't caught by the near official to us here at Bill, but it was caught by another official further on down the field. As you see, caught the ball perfectly, had his feet under him in order to catch the ball, made a great move, but you're going to see in the camera right there, there you go, the block in the back, and that extended the play before he was tackled.
That was a 36-yard punt, 16-yard gain, and then the penalty will move Broomfield back to their own 12-yard line.
And at some point, the penalties are going to start catching up with Broomfield. That's their 7th penalty already early in this game.
And looking across the way at Gary Davies, the head coach of Broomfield, he's got his hands on his hips. He can't be happy with all the penalties so far.
And that's one of the things he talked about, cutting down on the penalties. It's tough when you beat yourself.
Easier said than done,
yeah,
man. Perez downfield deep, incomplete, and another penalty. Pass was intended for Ongarato. On the coverage for Legacy was Logan Hardy.
I thought Logan Hardy covered the play very well. It's going to be very interesting to see what's the call going to be here.
Again, our referee, Jim Shefflin. And a sideline violation on Legacy. It's just a warning. The first one is a warning. So there is no penalty. That is just a warning to the Legacy sideline. Stay back.
Bill, that's a little nitpicky. Always. I understand you don't want anybody to get hurt to go on the field, but that's a little nitpicky.
Well, they got to stay back behind that white line that borders the field. The next infraction will be a penalty. So 4 wideouts for Broomfield. Angelo Perez hands the ball to McCulley, who bounces off tacklers across the 15 out to about the 17-yard line. Not sure who made the tackle. Looks like it might have been Garrett Kenny, the senior linebacker. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3 yards.
Strong run by McCulley. It looks like what Legacy is doing is a lot of run blitzes out of their 4-4 defense in order to get Broomfield off of their game. But Broomfield can also throw the ball, as you see here. A couple of great broken tackles before the running back is taken down for a gain.
McCulley has 7 carries tonight, 19 yards.
And McCulley's a little guy, but he ran on that play like he was a big guy there.
McCulley's 6 feet tall, 165 pounds. Maybe little to you, Justin, but to a lot of people, he's a pretty good size.
Well, he's pretty good size, but like the coach says, we have a delay of game penalty here. The coach says earlier in the game, Gary Davies, that he does run like he's a big player, and sometimes it works for him, sometimes he doesn't. And on that play, it obviously worked there for Broomfield.
So another Broomfield penalty goes from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and 8. Delay of game, 5 yards. And that's 60 yards in penalties And there's still 8:26 to go in the second quarter.
And what that does, Bill, is now you have a field position game. If Broomfield doesn't get the first down here, Legacy is going to get the ball at least at the 50 or better.
Perez being chased. Fires a bullet downfield, incomplete. Tried to wedge it in there. The intended receiver was Jordan Hood. And that'll bring up 4th down. So Legacy did their job. They held. Little help from Broomfield, though, with the penalties. And Jimmy Roberts will punt it away.
And you can see Angelo Perez roll it to his right. A great pass and a great broken up play there by number 22 for Legacy.
That was Drew Hebel.
And Drew Hebel played the ball the way you're supposed to.
McWee watches it bounce at the 40. And he gets away from it wisely, but it takes a Broomfield roll down to the 41-yard line of Legacy. That's where they'll take over. And the punt by Roberts is a 45-yard effort. So now Legacy with the ball once again and a chance to take the lead. Bill Rogan, along with former Montbello standout and former Colorado Buffalo tight end Justin Adams. So Justin, how are you enjoying your first night of color commentary for high school football?
Exactly the way that I dreamed about it, the way that I envisioned. A 6-6 game, tough, close game early on. I love it.
Fidel Paris picks up about 4 as he is stopped. Roberts on the tackle, the nose guard. You'd rather be playing, though, wouldn't you?
I would rather be playing right now, especially when you have smash mouth football that the way Legacy is playing. And it's almost to the point where Legacy is getting predictable. And that's just the way that Coach Voorhees wants it to be. He wants Broomfield to think that they're going to be predictable. Then you're going to have a play action pass and hit him with the long shot.
Wayne Voorhees might have a trick play or two up his sleeve tonight. Here's Paris again. He's been the workhorse. First down and more to the 40. Down to the 35. Tackled by Jordan Hood. And a healthy gain and another first down. And we'll watch here. I think he bobbled it near the end of this run.
He did bobble it on the end of this play, but you got to give it up to the big man up on the line. A counter play right there. Look at the way that Patrick is holding the ball there. Almost lost it right there, but he still held on to get a nice gain on the play. A gain of 19 yards.
And he's got 79 yards already on the ground. Here's Paris again. Paris, first down. Big chunks of yardage. And right now, that offensive line of Legacy, from left to right, Medina, Lyons, Montoya, Baum, and Ashcroft, blowing Broomfield off the ball.
Love the way that Medina, and that Lyons and all the rest of the linemen are blocking. And what this makes Broomfield do is they have to run blitz. They have to run. They have to blitz into gaps, which again is going to open up the pass play for Legacy as we look at the run here. First of all, this is great running by Fidel Paris, taking what the line has given him and what the hole has been opened up for him.
Ball at the 24-yard line of Broomfield. Paris pitch left, flag thrown, and he goes nowhere. That time he gets stacked up. Nice defensive effort by Broomfield. Gang tackling with Tyler Stemke, the linebacker, leading the charge. And it's against Legacy.
Yeah, we're going to have a penalty on this play, and looks like we're going to have holding. Or is it a...
Well, here's the official call. Holding, Legacy. You ever notice referees all sound the same?
They do. The cadence, everything is the same. But then we're going to go back to Legacy. Their game is not outside of the tackles. Their run game is at best inside of the tackles with the counter plays and the dives that they do.
So 1st and 20. McWee in motion to the near side. 6:26 to go in the half. Handoff to Schroeder up the middle. And he gets about 5, 6, maybe 7 yards before he's finally dragged down. Zach Bingham, I believe, on the tackle. Tell you what, I'm having trouble with the numbers here, Justin, so you might have to help me out. once in a while.
I'll see what I can do for you, Bill.
Plus, you know, getting older, don't see quite as well as I used to.
Well, not quite, but you know what? I'm excited. I'm smiling up here because of the way that Legacy is playing their game. They're running the ball right up the gut, telling Broomfield exactly what's going to come, and we're going to hit him right in the face.
Keeper by Medina, and he goes nowhere. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long. Purse on the stop. He's had a good game, the junior outside linebacker, number 86 for Broomfield. Very active. And now the ball at the 29-yard line. And they'll need to pick up a couple of yards for a field goal try for Baum.
Yeah, but last time Legacy had a 3rd and 15 try, they tried a screen play to Paris. The quarterback dropped the ball, folded the ball a little bit. It wouldn't be a bad play to try another screen.
And if you haven't noticed, Justin, I'm sure you have, Cameron McWee has been rather quiet. They haven't been able to get him the ball.
Oh, that may change on this play, but we have a penalty here.
And another penalty. And the official, it's actually a timeout. Timeout taken by Legacy. So with 5:02 to go in the second quarter, we're still tied at 6. Both teams now left with 2 timeouts. So, Justin, 3rd and 15. What do you do here if you're the offensive coordinator for Legacy?
Well, you could do a boot action play, you know, get your quarterback rolling out. But also at the same time, as we see a calendar of some events going on.
Well, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Coming up, some good things on Channel 8. Broomfield Days on the 17th. Fishing at the Bay. You like fishing, Justin?
I like to fish.
All right, then tune in for that one. On October 12th, one book, one Broomfield film viewing. Go to broomfield.org. By the way, if you want to go back and see some past games we've done on Broomfield Channel 8, go to the website and you'll find a link to all the high school broadcasts we've done over the past several years. So here we go. 3rd and 15. Medina with some time. Launches it for McWee. He's got it. Close to a first down. Might be a little short, but they finally got the ball to Cameron McWee.
Finally got the ball to Cameron McWee on a deep out. Actually, it looks like on a post corner as we look at the replay on this play. A great pass overall by Medina. Had nice protection, throws the ball to Cameron McWee, who catches it at its highest point, gets hit in the back, but gets his feet in, holds on to the ball, and he's about inches away. It's going to set up a 4th and 1 play for Legacy.
Great job by our cameraman, Mark, hanging in there. Some cameramen bail, not Mark. That was an NFL Films-esque shot. Paris on 4th down. I believe he's got the first down.
Oh, it's going to be a close one. We'll see where the ball's going to be spotted.
As he gets pushed back by Hood and Purse, also Bingham. But it is a first down. And for Legacy, that is their 8th first down of the ball game. So 1st and 10 at the Broomfield 13-yard line. Lightning knocking at the door. I formation, Schroeder and Paris behind Medina. 4:33 to go in the second. Pitch to Paris. Cuts it inside down to the 10-yard line before he is wrapped up. Getting up a little bit slowly from the play was one of the Broomfield defenders. And that was Andrew McLean getting up a little slowly. Fidel Paris, 17 carries, 90 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. They can get a first down inside the 3-yard line. Power I formation. Straight up the middle, Schroeder turning out yardage. And he's inside the 5. Bring up a 3rd and short. And coming in with the play is Mitch McCall for Legacy. So 3rd down and 2. They put the ball right at the 5-yard line. 3:27 to go in the second quarter from North Stadium. We're even at 6. Again, power I. Medina gives to Paris. He's in for the score, but hold everything. A penalty marker on the play. And this one may be coming back.
It's going to be holding on Legacy.
And Justin, this has been a flag fest.
It has been a flag fest. Broomfield has had 8 penalties already in this game, and Legacy has had 4 so far.
So if you like penalties, you're probably enjoying this game.
And if you also like a running game, you're loving this game too.
And I'm not sure what to call it. I guess holding.
It's holding. Holding
Okay.
on the offensive line.
Don Pablo Apodaca, our ace stat man again. Don's been keeping stats for us for the last 37 years. So with 3:14 to go, a 3rd and 10 for Legacy. A very costly penalty. McWee to the near side. He goes in motion. Little swing pass to McWee. In space. Gets around the corner. Driven out of bounds, but I believe he has the first down. A shifty move by Cameron McWee.
Great ball, great call by Coach Voorhees in order to get your playmaker out in the open. A quick, well, it's almost like a bubble screen. It's just you want to get the ball quickly out as quick as possible to your best player, and that's what they did with Cameron McWee. Made one man miss and used his speed in order to get outside of the lines and get the first down.
He was able to get around Oliver. So 1st and goal to go. Ball at the 2-yard line. Again, power I. Little play action. And Perez escapes trouble. Fires it out of the end zone, and that's a smart play.
Smart play, but we're also going to have a penalty.
Another penalty.
Oh.
And we're going to have a penalty on Broomfield. A retaliation penalty. So it looked like one of the Broomfield players gave a shove to Medina.
Yeah, gave him a shove after the play, and that's not needy.
I could not tell the number, so I don't want to say an innocent man on this, so I'll wait to see the replay. But Medina did a good job to just fire it out of bounds.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? Again, night and day, like Coach Voorhees talked about from last year's game, getting away from the blitz, getting away from the rush. Obviously, Broomfield didn't go for the fake, threw the ball out of bounds, but for Broomfield, that's something you cannot do.
Okay, and there's Jim Shefflin. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Broomfield. That'll be half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. Unsportsmanlike on both teams, so that's a wash. Those penalties offset, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. But when you have those unsportsmanlike penalties, those are mental mistakes, Justin.
It's been
when you were playing at Montbello or at CU, did you ever have an unsportsmanlike penalty?
Oh, yeah, you always have a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties.
You personally?
I have. Somebody gets under your skin, and you get out of character. You end up doing something that you shouldn't do, and at the end, it costs your team. It doesn't ever help your team, and it's not something that's good overall.
And again, these are young kids, and sometimes emotions get the best of them. They've got to guard against that. It's a big game. You can't have mental mistakes like that.
But at some point, you can't blame penalties like that on your age. You have to mature. And that's the one thing that football does, is it grows up these young men to be men. So you have to mature, and you have to know better.
1st and goal at the 1. Legacy trying to break the 6-6 tie. 2:55 to go. Paris up the middle. Touchdown, Legacy. Nothing fancy there.
Nothing fancy at all. Power I formation. This time, they didn't run to the right side. They just tried the left side. And the left side headed up by split tackle number 67 and Logan Lyons, running right behind those big boys. And that's going to be the 2nd touchdown for Fidel Paris.
Paris with 91 yards. Travis Baum will attempt the extra point. This one is up and through. So with 2:52 to go in the 2nd quarter, Legacy 13, Broomfield 6. And Justin, we talked about getting the ball to McWee. we finally saw it in that sequence.
Well, we saw it in the sequence on the 3rd and 15th play earlier, and it's going to come down to plays like this where Fidel Parrish has a wide open left side, and again, running in between the tackles. That's where Legacy is at their best. Playing against Broomfield, they did the same thing against Overland. They wore down the defenses, and this is what you're going to get.
A year ago, Legacy, a come-from-behind 23-21 win at Broomfield. This is the first game that Broomfield's ever played at North Stadium. They got off to a good start, taking a 6-0 lead. But since then, Legacy is taking control.
Well, Legacy is not only taking control, but they're taking control with the time of possession also.
Matt Droder will kick off deep for the Eagles, Ryan McCulley and Sean Robnett. Droder, short kick to the 20-yard line, fielded by an up man. And weaving his way through traffic out to the 37-yard line for Broomfield. And that was Dylan Plain, a backup defensive back. So with 2 timeouts remaining and 2:46 to go in the half, Broomfield starts at their own 34-yard line.
One of the things that Overland did last week when they played against Legacy is they had a touchdown before the end of the half, and it was on a passing play. So the same thing can happen now with the way that Angelo Perez is passing, especially to Nick on target.
Perez from shotgun, downfield. He's got a man at the 50-yard line. First down. That pass complete to Christian Nemai, and they move the change. The clock will stop momentarily, 2:39, so plenty of time with 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, Christian Nemai was wide open on a pop pass, as we like to call it. The tight end going right down the middle of the field, and there was nobody there to cover him. And a great pass there by Angelo Perez.
Perez has a cannon for an arm. Out pattern, complete to Angarado. He's shoved out of bounds. On the defense for Legacy was Logan Hardy. And another first down.
Yeah, impressive pass by Perez. He threw that ball off of his back foot, but that's a timing pattern. Legacy having to go into cover 3 defense, which means they play 3 yards off the ball on both sides for the quarterbacks, which are going to leave them susceptible for plays like that.
Ball at the Legacy 36-yard line. Broomfield 1st and 10, 2:20 to go in the half. Here comes a blitz. It's picked up. Perez launches it deep. It goes out of bounds, incomplete, but we're going to have pass interference. I think that's a good call, Justin.
Yeah, that's the right call. You have to look back for the ball if you're the cornerback. He never looked back on the ball, never made a play for it. That's pass interference there.
Pass was intended for Parker Oliver. I've been impressed with Angelo Perez, his movement in the pocket. He's able to avoid the rush. Eric Kaiser, the last couple of years, was the fine quarterback from Broomfield. He graduated last year, and the junior Perez, it's his time to shine, the 5'11", 185-pounder. He's looked pretty good so far.
He's looked very good, but that also goes back to the play calling of Gary Davis. He knows how to put his players in the best position and knows that he got a quarterback who could throw well on the run.
2:12 left. Ball at the 21-yard line. First down. Out pattern. A little too high as that pass sails over the head. Looks like it was, can't tell who it was. Looks like Hood. Is that 27?
Yeah, it looks like number 27 to me.
I need to get my eyes checked.
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get little things taken care of.
Or maybe Broomfield will get dark numbers on their road uniforms.
Minor miracles, Bill. Minor miracles.
Maybe at halftime they'll change into numbers that I can see.
We'll see what we can do.
They're very silvery out there tonight.
Well, they don't have glow-in-the-dark uniforms, Bill, so we'll see if they can come out with some. Maybe Oregon could have some for you.
2nd and 10. Perez gets the snap. Being pressured. He gets tackled. Yurko on the sack, but a penalty on the play.
Bill, it looks like you're going to have a block in the back on the far side of the offense, the play away from where Perez was rolling to. But I wouldn't necessarily take this penalty because you also got the sack on the play. So it's going to be an interesting call for Coach Voorhees on what he wants to do.
And I do think that Wayne Voorhees will decline the penalty, and he does. That'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 17. Ball is at the 27-yard line of Legacy. Minute 49 to go.
There's no safety help, Bill, so if they go deep over the middle, there's nobody there. There it is.
And it's complete to Purse. Down to the 6-yard line. 1st down, Broomfield.
Bill, what I was...
Let's take another look at this.
Like I was going to say earlier, Bill, when I was playing tight end, I would love a cover 0. There's nobody over the middle. You just go right on the seam, wide open play, wide open catch.
It looks like Christian Nemai.
Yeah, Christian Nemai held on to the ball there.
I said Purse, 86 and 85. I'm having trouble seeing that. And straight up the middle, touchdown, Broomfield. A quarterback keeper. So Angelo Perez. I don't know if that was called on his own. Sometimes a quarterback is allowed to improvise a little bit. And now an extra point ties this game up. And Pat LaLancette will try to tack on the 13th point. Good snap. And the kick is blocked, picked up, and going in for the score is the holder, Parker Oliver. A 2-point conversion.
Probably the weirdest 2-point conversion you're ever going to see, but that's high school rules. You can do that.
I don't think Gary Davies drew it up quite like that, but the snap was bobbled by Oliver. So I think he was running for his life and his job. So the kick was blocked. Oliver picked it up and scores 2 points. First, here's the touchdown.
Yeah, it's a quarterback keeper, and Legacy was looking for a pass. They weren't expecting at all for a quarterback keeper. And then you go and talk about the extra point. Well, the ball gets blocked again for the 2nd time in the game. And, you know, Coach Davies talks about how he doesn't want to run trick plays. I think that was a trick play. Let's get it blocked. Let's go have the ball come right back to my holder. You run to the left for your life, and we'll be up 14-13.
And we see that play all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, it's an easy play to practice.
So, again, the extra point was blocked, but Oliver very alertly picked up the loose ball, ran around the corner, and it's 14-13, Broomfield with 1:23 to play. So that's the 3rd blocked extra point of the evening, but this one results in 2 points. But with 2 timeouts remaining and 1:23 on the clock, Legacy will have a chance to take the lead before the half.
Well, Legacy's personality is to run the ball between the tackles, and they like to play action pass and go deep.
Perez will kick off. Line drive kick, bounces at the 18. McWee picks it up. McWee trying to turn the corner. McWee roughed up out of bounds. Good coverage by Broomfield. Harrison Einspar, one of the fastest players on the team, making the play.
And you have to be one of the fastest players on this team to keep up with Cameron McWee. Almost got outside. And, you know, there's not many players who could keep up with Cameron McWee, and that's one of the individuals who can for Broomfield.
I almost knocked my spotting chart out the window here.
It probably would have been hard for you, especially the way to see the numbers if you don't have your spotting chart.
I would have had to send our broadcast assistant, Jenica, downstairs to get the spotting chart.
She would have went down and got it, yeah, definitely.
So Medina calling signals. McWee in motion to the near side. And the pass is complete to McCall. Gets a block from McWee. McCall down the right sideline before he's shoved out of bounds by Nick Ongarato. Excellent block by McWee.
Excellent block by McWee, but maybe too good of a block because we're going to have a penalty on the play, and it looks like it's coming back.
And I think it might be on number 2, McWee. We'll see if he held.
Well, McWee had a good block. As long as you keep your hands on the inside. No.
I think it was a hold.
No, it's ticky-tacky. They're going to wave it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a hold.
No, ticky-tacky call. And as they say, there's holding on every play as long as you're not caught.
But it looks like he turned the defender.
Well, the defender
you're
was
an offensive guy. You're not going to.
No, I'm never going to agree. You know what? As long as your hand's on the inside, I mean, it can't help that the defender can't get off the block.
You probably are upset with Broomfield for not employing a tight end tonight.
Exactly. Well, but you know what? Broomfield had a couple of tight end-esque plays with a couple of passes down the middle.
Up the middle to Schroeder. Schroeder gets down to the 45-yard line. Hurry up offense for Legacy. 59 seconds to go and counting in the half. They have 2 timeouts.
Love the personality of Legacy. Even in a time where clock is running down, they still keep up and run the ball up the middle.
Medina on the keeper. Medina gets the first down and is out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
That's like a timeout. Not only do you get the first down, but you get a timeout. You get a chance to reset if you're Legacy. And you're almost in your field goal kicker's range. You need about 20 yards and you're there. So another couple of runs. You still have 2 timeouts. You can run the ball. You can pass the ball. You have a lot of options here with 41 seconds left before halftime.
And again, 2 timeouts left for Legacy. McWee split to the near side. Medina with some time. Launches for McWee into double coverage. Touchdown, Legacy! Medina threads the needle, and McWee gives Legacy the lead once again. That's a seesaw battle.
That's one of the plays where Coach Voorhees is saying, no, you're throwing it to double coverage. And then if you forget, you're throwing it to Cameron McWee, the guy who's probably going to come up with the ball anyway. What a great pass to split 2 defenders and get it right into the hands of McWee.
Travis Baum will try the extra point. It's 19-14 Legacy. 33 seconds left in the half. Bublitz the holder. The kick is up, and it is good. So it's Legacy 20, Broomfield 14. 33 seconds left in the half, and it has certainly been an exciting first half of play here at North Stadium.
It's a seesaw battle, but I don't expect anything less from a Broomfield Legacy match. Just like the last couple of years where the games have been tight, you're going to see the same thing this year.
And let's take another look at that 40-yard hookup. Medina to McWee.
Well, it looked like Medina was looking for McWee the whole time. And sometimes you just throw it up and you just trust in your wide receiver, even in double coverage. And look at how that ball just threads right through the Broomfield defender, right into the hands of McWee. What a great pass.
Dylan Plain missed knocking that ball down by an inch.
Yeah, literally by inches, but it's a game of inches.
Yeah.
And sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
But the concentration of McWee, outstanding. Sometimes it's easy to get distracted with 2 guys all over you.
Yeah, concentration very high, and McWee has had a big game so far, just like how we talked about at the opening of this game.
Matt Drodar, the junior, will kick it away. High kick. McCulley will field it at his 10. And he gets hammered at the 25-yard line. A big hit applied by Jake Chiddix.
We have a big hit on the play, but we also going to have a penalty on the play.
I find that hard to believe, Justin.
Shocking, isn't it?
And right now the officials are discussing it. But there is a yellow flag on the far side at about the 27-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Broomfield and unsportsmanlike conduct on Legacy. Penalties offset. But both coaches, Gary Davies for Broomfield and Wayne Voorhees for Legacy, they have to be irritated at some of their players tonight.
Well, not only irritated, you have 30 seconds left, you have 2 timeouts, you could do something on this play, but another unsportsmanlike penalty really hurt your chances to get any points before half.
That's 3 offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties tonight. Broomfield just happy to run out the clock, apparently. 22 seconds left, and it looks like they'll go into halftime down 6. So the big crowd here at North Stadium, they can catch their breath, get a snack, hit the restroom, and get ready for the second half. So our score at halftime, Legacy 20, Broomfield 14. And when we come back, we'll have the scoring recap and the halftime statistics. You're watching high school football on Channel 8. You're also watching Cameron McWee haul down a touchdown pass. Bill Rogan, Justin Adams, we'll be back in a moment. For the start of the second half, our score is Legacy 20, Broomfield 14. And looking at the scoring summary, Broomfield in the first quarter broke out on top 6-0 as Perez hit Angarado a 43-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was blocked. 6-0 Broomfield. Then Legacy tied it up at 6, a 1-yard run by Fidel Paris. The extra point was missed, and it was tied at 6. Then Fidel Paris, another 1-yard touchdown run, bombed the extra point. That made it 13-6 Legacy. Then Broomfield took the lead, a 4-yard run by Perez. The extra point was blocked, but Parker Oliver, the holder, alertly picked it up, ran it in for a 2-point conversion to make it 14-13 Broomfield with 1:23 to go in the second. And then Legacy struck quickly. A 40-yard touchdown pass, Patrick Medina to Cameron McWee. And the extra point was good by Travis Baum. That made it 20-14. Checking the individual statistics for Legacy, 18 carries for Paris, 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eddie Schroeder, 6 carries for 31 yards. And for Broomfield, they're rushing. McCulley, 8 carries, 22 yards. Passing-wise, Perez for Broomfield, 4 of 8, 120 yards and a touchdown. Legacy, Medina was 5 for 7, 87 yards and a touchdown. First downs in the first half, Legacy with 9, Broomfield with 8. 1 punt for Legacy, but a very even first half. Penalties, 9 against Broomfield and 5 against Legacy. So the coaches hopefully clean that up at halftime, and we're set for the second half. Legacy will kick off. Matt Droder sends it on its way, and it's caught at the 13-yard line by an up man who brings it out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Eagles will take over. That was Nate Ferguson, a backup linebacker, on the return. So again, the offense for Broomfield, Angelo Perez, the quarterback. McCulley is the running back. The wideouts, Angarado and Panacucci. And the slot receivers, Nemai and Hood. 3 receivers left. Perez in the shotgun. Out pattern, complete to Harrison Einspar. Einspar gets it out to the 35-yard line, and it appears to be a Broomfield first down. And Justin Adams, when you have those out patterns, you need a strong arm. Perez has that arm.
Perez has a strong arm, but not only is he strong with his arm, but he's also mobile. This is a timing pattern as he throws the ball here. And look, great catch. Catching the ball with your hands, making the first guy miss for the first down.
And Einspar with his first reception of the night. McCulley, he goes nowhere. Garrett Kennedy on the blitz. And a 4-yard loss.
And that's something that Legacy has been doing throughout the whole game with their 4-4 defense. It's a lot of run blitzes. And what the 4-4 defense does is it's gap control defense. So pretty much you want to take away the pass, which is why Broomfield has a lot of big plays in the passing game.
They'll spot the ball at the 33-yard line. So a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13 for the Eagles. Broomfield has never beaten Legacy in 5 tries. They'd like to change that tonight. Perez, downfield, complete to Angarado, 1st down. Drotar on the coverage. And so the 2nd 1st down of this series for the Eagles.
And Legacy was blitzing from the near side, and a great call by Coach Gary Davies as he rolls away to the right, to the far side of the play. Another timing pattern for Broomfield. And as we look here, look at the way that Perez holds onto the ball, and as he finds his man and throws the ball to Nick wide open, and he's going to get enough for the 1st down.
Perez 7 for 10, 145 yards on the evening. McCulley up the middle, gets back to the line of scrimmage. A solid tackle by Bublitz.
Bill, I get the feeling here when I watch when I look at the plays that Broomfield is calling, it's more like they're just running the ball just to keep Legacy honest, just to keep Legacy more in their 4-4 to try to stop the run as much as possible so that they could do more rollouts, more timing patterns, so that they could continue to throw to guys on the outside.
And we have a timeout. An official's timeout. As it looks like there's a Broomfield player with an equipment problem. McCulley is set to go now. So that was an official's TO. Keeper by Perez, and he gets about 2 yards. A very tough earned 2 yards. On the tackle was Kennedy and Hardy. Bring up 3rd down and 7, and we have an injured player on the field. And it's Drew Davies. And Davies is down, and he is the son of head coach Gary Davies. So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. I don't know if we could look at this play again to see exactly how he got injured.
There's Eddie Schroeder, number 29, taking a breather for Legacy.
Yeah. But anyway, it looks like he's hurting his knee.
And we don't want to speculate, but it does look like some type of leg injury. Maybe a cramp. It's a warm night and a full house. And you always know when there's a lot of people here when you see them on the grass berms, and then you see the young kids rolling down the berms.
Yeah, definitely. 73 degrees outside, Bill. And it's been the same temperature. It's actually 63 degrees now. So it's been a hot game, and we just wish the best for Davies out there on the field.
And they are trying to massage his calf. We saw the shot of the Legacy fans. The students stand the whole game. And it's been a very enthusiastic and well-behaved crowd on both sides.
Almost like a college crowd. I mean, the way that they stand throughout the whole game, it makes it for an exciting atmosphere.
And next week we'll have an exciting game. We'll be at Holy Family High School. I always enjoy going to games there. They treat us very well. They have a great team year in and year out, as Mike Gabriel, the head coach at Holy Family, he does a terrific job with those kids. And Davies is being helped off the field, favoring his left leg. So crowd giving him an ovation, and we hope that he's okay. Yeah, you hate to see that. That's the one thing I don't like about football, Justin. Everything about the game is great, but I don't like the injuries.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game, but it's also a physical game. And as you see there, Coach Gary Davies looking at his son, and must be a tough feeling right there to see your son coming off the field limping.
Although when you're a head coach, especially at the high school level, they're all like your sons.
Oh, yeah, they are all like your sons overall. But there's something a little special when it's your own.
Here we go, 3rd down and 7. 9:27 to go, 3rd quarter. Perez, out pattern, little too high, intended for Hood. He was covered by Chittix, the strong safety, and Broomfield will have to punt it away.
And sometimes that's the thing about Perez when he throws off his back foot is your balance is not exactly right as you're throwing the ball. You tend to overthrow guys. If you come a little more balanced, you could be able to make the pass, especially on tough out routes like that.
Jimmy Roberts will punt it away for Broomfield. Cameron McWee and Trace Martin are both deep. And we have a whistle. Timeout, Broomfield. And there weren't enough guys on the field, so that's a tough timeout to take. You don't want to waste the timeout in that fashion. So that's their first of the half. It's interesting that the previous punting situations, we saw McWee back there by himself. This time they brought in Martin. So we're set for the punt as Gary Davies walks off the field. Now there's only McWee back deep. So one man deep, the speedster Cameron McWee.
Still have to be careful for a fake punt here, which is why earlier you had 2 guys back.
Good snap. Roberts gets it away, a high punt, fair catch. Caught at the 19-yard line by McWee. So that's where Legacy will start with 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Lightning holding a 6-point edge, 20-14. Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams as we saw that 34-yard punt. Justin, I'm going to put you in the offensive coordinator's shoes right now.
Okay.
You've had a pretty balanced attack so far. How do you go at it here on your first possession in the second half if you're Legacy?
Well, if you're Legacy, you continue to run the ball between the tackles. You use the gives, you use the dives that you have run, and it's going to be a dive here.
That's Paris. Gets maybe a yard before he is gobbled up by the entire defensive front, it seems, of Broomfield. Stemke was in there.
And yet again, that's okay. Again, you want to set up Broomfield because you want them to think run. You want them to think run for as much as possible because they're going to go with a play-action pass, and that leaves guys like Cameron McWee wide open.
Baum splits to the far side, McWee to the near side. I formation behind quarterback Patrick Medina. Here's Fidel Paris, squirts out to the 35-yard line as McLean on the stop. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
I like the counter call there also by Legacy. You do what got you the lead that you have right now. You continue to run the ball, you continue to drain the clock, and you continue to tire out the Broomfield defense.
So big 3rd down for the Lightning with 8:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. The give to Paris. He gets hit in the backfield, and he will not get the 1st down. Good defense up front by Broomfield. And that defensive series, Justin, the Eagles looked angry.
They looked angry. They looked like they didn't want to be ran on, per se, anymore. What a great play by Jimmy Roberts with his penetration in the backfield in order to get the stop on the play and to make Legacy punt.
Travis Baum will boot it away as McCulley, or check that, Ongarato and Rob Nett deep. Rob Nett at his 36. Did he touch it? Goes out of bounds. It will be Broomfield ball, but a close call for the Eagles. I don't know if he touched it, but a little too close for comfort if you're a Broomfield fan.
He didn't look confident when receiving the ball at all of that play.
A 47-yard punt by Travis Baum. So the Eagles start the possession at the 34-yard line, their own 34. 7:19 left in the 3rd quarter. And the Eagles trail by 6.
And Bill, I think that's the first 3 and out that Broomfield has had against this Legacy defense all day. So a huge time. That's actually the second 3 and out. A huge time to have it.
Over the middle, complete. Christian Nemai dragging tacklers down to the 31-yard line. Good heavens, a big play. Actually, that was Dan Purse, number 86.
Again, Bill, where your team is built to stop the run, you leave yourself open for any type of goes over the middle. As you look at the way that Angelo Perez sees the middle wide open. That's the third time this game that there hasn't been any safety help over the middle. And, I mean, you're going to continue to get beat on plays like that until you put a safety back there.
1st and 10 at the Legacy 31. Perez downfield, intercepted. Pass was intended for Angarado, and it was picked off by Matt Drotar. So Drotar stepping in front of the receiver, and that's really the first mistake Perez has made tonight.
Yeah, and that's just bad luck. Perez had a nice throw as he rolls to the far side. I mean, they've ran this play a couple of times. Only problem is Angarado just slipped and fell in the play, and the ball ends up in the hands of a Legacy player.
That's a good point. I didn't notice Angarado slipping and falling, but that's what created the interception.
Well, it's all timing patterns. That's the way that the Broomfield offense has been set up, especially for rollout plays that they have.
And the give up the middle to Schroeder. Schroeder fumbles, and it looks like Legacy falls on the ball. 6:37 to go in the third quarter, and right there, Legacy dodging a bullet. They'll get a first down.
Dodging a huge bullet, and sometimes it's good to have the ball roll your way. And how would it have been to have another turnover there to where, Broomfield just turned the ball over. Luckily, Legacy didn't turn the ball over. Almost did, but a nice recovery by Legacy to keep the drive going.
Paris, 22 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. We'll see if they go back to him. 1 turnover tonight. We just saw it. That may be the biggest stat in football other than the score.
Well, it's been a clean game so far, Bill.
McWee in motion. Medina scrambles. Gets a couple of yards before he's guided out of bounds. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. 6:01 on the clock, third quarter.
Bill, that play is all of a result by great defensive play by the safeties for Broomfield. What Legacy wanted to do was to fake the bubble screen and throw it deep to Cameron McWee on the go, pretty much like a wheel route. He was covered by the safety nearest to us, and so the quarterback had to make a play on his own.
Paris following his blockers out to the 38-yard line. Stempke on the tackle. Also in on the stop for Broomfield was Aaron Delp and Zach Bingham.
Bill, you almost wonder why Legacy doesn't just continue to run the ball. Make it kind of a 9-on-7 game where you know what's going to happen. You know what we're going to do. We're going to run the ball between the tackles. That's where they had their best success.
But they do have a great weapon in McWee. 3rd down and 4. Eddie Schroeder shredding tacklers across the 40. First down, Legacy. And that was a good defensive surge. Nice block by Logan Lyons, the left guard. And a new set of downs for Legacy. That is their 11th first down of the ball game.
Yeah, great run up the middle by the fullback there, Schroeder on the play. And you know what? He just wanted the first down more than the defender there to stop him. And great call.
Split backfield. Some movement up front, and a whistle blows before the play gets underway. And we'll see if the Eagles were drawn offside.
Well, both sides were moving, but yeah, we're going to have encroachment.
So 5 yards for Legacy on the offside penalty. So call it 1st and 5. Ball resting at the Legacy 46-yard line. 4:59 left, third quarter. Paris lines up 8 yards behind his quarterback. Gets the ball. And he gets out to the 48-yard line. before he's tripped up by Andrew McLean. That'll bring up third down. Check that, second down and 3. Gain of 2.
And Bill, one of the things to talk about in this game is the way that Legacy has controlled the clock with the way that they're running the ball. When you have a successful running game, you can control the clock, and also you can limit the possessions for Broomfield. If Legacy scores here, it's going to be a very tough task for Broomfield to come back because of Legacy's running game.
So after the officials' timeout, Legacy breaks the huddle. 4:28 on the clock, third quarter. Medina keeps, fires downfield, he's got a man, incomplete. There were 2 guys, I'm not sure if he was trying to hit McWee, but Aaron Edwards, the tight end, got a hand on it. That must have been some kind of mix-up there, Justin, because you shouldn't have 2 receivers in the same area like that.
Pretty much it comes back down to depth on the play. What happens is you have your tight end go on a drag route. Usually you want to run the drag route for 10 to 15 yards. Well, what happened is he ends up bleeding into the route of Cameron McGee, who runs his route. He runs a post at about 20 to 25 yards. And when you have that bleeding over on the routes, you have 2 people in the same place, and you have a play like that.
Schroeder carries to midfield. It looks like he's a little short. He'll bring up a 4th down and decision time for Wayne Voorhees. Do you go for it? I would.
Well, the right call, kind of similar to what Gary Davies, a decision he had in the first half, where it was 4th and 1 from his own 45-yard line. He did get the first down, and then I believe Legacy went down and scored on that play, scored on the next drive. So, you're playing with fire here. You got the lead. You're pretty much stopping Broomfield's offense. I would punt it.
They're going to go for it. 4th and a yard. Power I. And Paris has the first down, but the ball is loose. And it looks like Broomfield has it. They do. A turnover, a critical play.
You turn over the ball, what happens? You lose. And again, another huge, huge turnover. Broomfield had one earlier in this quarter. Now Legacy has had one. Fidel Paris had the first down, but he just couldn't hold on to the ball as he runs to the left side. Look at him. And he gets hit, and the ball is actually stripped. And then it falls into the arms.
Looks like Oliver got it.
Yeah, it looks like Oliver has the ball in. You know what? That's just as good as stopping Legacy on the 4th down play.
It looked like Paris might have been down.
Yeah.
So a break for Broomfield. And going deep off the turnover. Angarado. He's got it. First down. Drotar on the coverage. Last time he had the interception, not this time, as Angarado, the basketball player, went up and got it.
Throw the ball to the highest point. Angarado catching the ball at the highest point. A beautiful, beautiful pass as we look again. He steps into the throw. Angarado catches the ball with his hands. Look at that play. And again, one other thing to look at on this play. The Legacy defender never looked back. Never had a chance to defend the play. You got to look back and at least give yourself a shot.
36-yard gain. 1st and 10 at the Legacy 18-yard line. 2:58 to go. Perez fumbles. Flags fly. And we'll see who comes up with the ball. Actually, no penalty markers, just a beanbag marker. And right now, there is a scrum. And Broomfield got it back. I think Perez got his own fumble. A close call for the Eagles.
Well, that's the, we haven't seen this too many times of actually Perez rolling to his left, but he just didn't put the ball away. And as he tries to put it away, it actually hits off his knee. And it's a face mask penalty, as you see on the replay, but he loses the ball as he gets tackled on the play, and somehow, some way, he gets the ball back.
So 2nd down, they actually gained 2 yards on the play.
Well, they waved off the penalty.
That
so
should have been a penalty.
It
looked like Yurko got a piece of the face mask of Perez.
Bill, you have one safety help. I'll look to see Perez roll again to his right.
Perez tucks it down. Perez gets nailed at the 12-yard line. A big hit applied by Garrett Kenny, the senior linebacker. Ouch. So it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I like the hit.
Ball at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and as you were saying, look, I like the hit right there. Pretty much what Broomfield wanted to do was they wanted to throw an out pattern, but once that was covered, well, Perez put the ball down and started to run, and he's definitely going to fill that one tomorrow.
2nd down and 4. I believe this is 3rd down. You had the fumble that they recovered, and that run there. This should be 3rd down. McCulley bounces outside. McCulley, touchdown!
Wow.
So a 12-yard scamper, and we're tied at 20. The extra point coming up, and that's been an adventure tonight. But a nice job by McCulley, showing some speed to the outside.
Great run by McCulley. What Broomfield wanted to do, they wanted to run the dive up the middle. When it wasn't there, McCulley went to the outside, and there's nothing but green grass and end zone.
That's his 2nd touchdown of the year. And the extra point is waved off. Flags on the play.
Oh.
Illegal procedure against Broomfield. So Pat LaLancette will try the extra point. Parker Oliver is the holder. We're tied at 20, and this will be a 25-yard extra point. Tyler Stemke is the snapper. High snap. Oliver gets it down. The kick is up, and it is good. And Broomfield, they take the lead, 21-20, with 1:52 to go in the 3rd quarter.
It's a seesaw battle, kind of like, well, last year's game. Another seesaw battle. Is going to look again at this touchdown run. And as you can see, the middle is clogged up, again, with the 4-4 defense that Legacy does. But once you clog up the defense, you go on the outside, and it's wide open for the touchdown.
Good vision by McCulley.
Oh, yeah. Great vision by McCulley.
I tell you what, I'd rather have a running back that knows where he's going than some guy who's really fast but runs into the wrong holes.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? And that's the way what you're supposed to do. The object of the game is to get into the end zone, not to run into the arms of the defender. So as you were alluding to earlier, yeah, great vision overall. And you know what, Legacy, as you see the fans trying to cheer on their team, they're down.
That guy had the eye black on.
He had a little eye black. Looks like he should be playing.
He should suit up. By the way, speaking of suiting up, there are 64 players dressed for Legacy tonight, 40 for Broomfield.
Yeah, you know what?
You got a 5A school against a 4A school, bigger numbers.
And towards the 4th quarter is where numbers like that really come into play, because you have guys who have to play both ways. And if their conditioning is not at top-tier shape, it could hurt their performance going on in the game.
Angelo Perez will kick off. McWee is deep. It's a squib kick. Bobbled and recovered. Looked like Ben Anderson fell on the ball alertly. So we'll see if Legacy can respond, which they've done. Both teams throwing haymakers at each other.
Oh, back and forth, but again,
one team gets off the canvas.
Exactly, but we expect nothing less. This is a rivalry game. These guys know each other very well. You play pee-wee games against each other. I expected nothing else coming into this game overall.
1:49 to go, 3rd quarter. Legacy with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 34. The give to Paris. Paris turns the corner, 1st down and more. Fidel Paris, one man to beat, and he gets tripped up by Oliver. Falls forward inside the 25-yard line. We were wondering if Legacy would respond. There's your response.
Well, that's the way that Legacy responds. See, for Broomfield, they like to respond by deep passes. What Legacy does is they respond with long runs. A 41-yard run on a counter play by Fidel Paris, and you have to give the linemen their props on that play. Another wonderful counter play. Kick it out, Fidel Paris on the outside. And, you know, he would have been gone if he would have waited for his wide receiver, number 19 there. But, you know, you do what you can, and a great run there.
Schroeder, the change of pace back. gets 1, maybe 2 yards. Fidel Paris tonight, 26 carries, 166 yards. 2 yards on the play for Schrader. So with 1:03 to go in the third quarter, Legacy has the ball at the 21-yard line of Broomfield. It's already in field goal range.
Well, you got to be thinking more than just field goal here. The way that the seesaw battle's going back and forth.
Oh, absolutely. Medina. Little lob pass complete to Paris. Paris pulls his way down to the 10-yard line. First down, Lightning.
Did I tell you I like the way that Paris not only runs the ball but catches the ball? A nice rollout pass, and pretty much Legacy taking a page from the book of Broomfield of rolling out their quarterback, but this time they rolled out Patrick Medina to the left. He throws across his body, but wide open was Fidel Paris on the play, and his strong running helped get Legacy a first down.
Medina, 6 of 10, 98 yards and a touchdown. First and 10 at the 11-yard line for Legacy. Harris gets a yard, and that time he gets hammered. McLean in there. Clock is winding down, and that will be the final play of the third quarter. Our score, Broomfield 21, Legacy 20. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter after this. And there's the score. A 1-point advantage for Broomfield, but Legacy knocking on the door. Legacy with 297 total yards, 199 of those on the ground, mostly Fidel Paris. First play of the fourth quarter. Legacy in blue. Paris up the middle, grinding out 2, maybe 3 yards as he gets taken down by McLean. Also in there was Stemke. That'll bring up a third down.
Well, third down and 6 from the 7-yard line, and you know they've tried. Legacy has tried to run the ball the last 2 plays. Why not do a rollout play? Give your quarterback some options. Not only, well, give him the run pass option.
McQueen in motion. Pass to Paris.
Oh.
He juggles and drops. Medina led him a little bit too far. And now Legacy will try a field goal.
Well, great call by Coach Voorhees on the play to use Cameron McWee as a decoy on the play, but just didn't work out as planned.
Travis Baum will attempt the kick. Connor Ayers will snap. And the holder is Bublitz. It will be a 24-yard attempt. Kick is on its way, and it is good. So with 11:10 to go in the fourth quarter, Legacy has recaptured the lead, 23-21. And that was the final score of last year's game. Legacy beat Broomfield 23-21 at Broomfield.
And I was just going to say, it sounds a whole lot like last year with the final score there on a 24-yard field goal. Well, there was a 25-yard field goal last year, and as you watch, a perfect snap, perfect hold. The kick is true, almost looked like it was going to be blocked, but anytime you have a perfect snap, a perfect hold, and a perfect kick, not even the best defense can stop that.
If I'm Legacy, I'm a little concerned, though, about kick protection because, like you said, Justin, that kick was nearly blocked.
Well, you know what? Every kick should be nearly blocked. But, again, if you have a nice snapper and a good hold, and it's all about timing. If you get it down about 1.5 seconds from the snap to hold to kick, then you're going to be fine, and it shouldn't be blocked.
Robnett and McCulley deep for Broomfield. Matt Drotar will kick it away. So it's Legacy 23, Broomfield 21, 11-10 to go in the fourth quarter. I wouldn't mind seeing overtime.
You know, we can always get a safety here.
Nice kick. Comes down to McCulley at the 2. To the 15-20. And he gets tackled at the 22-yard line. Excellent defensive job by Drew Hebel. Drew Hebel, not a big guy. 5'9", 166.
Oh, he's a monster, Bill.
You have to have some courage on those special teams.
Well, you have to have some courage, especially to tackle a guy like he's done on that play. But, you know, I'm interested to see what Broomfield will do. Broomfield hasn't had a lot of success in the run game. They had most of their success in the passing game on rollouts from Perez to Nick Ontargo.
Perez gets rid of it. Incomplete. He was being pressured by Nathan Beatty, the nose guard. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
And check that name was on Garado on my part.
You're not Italian.
Oh,
if you were Italian, you would have nailed it.
Exactly. Just by a little bit, I'm not Italian. I may have a little bit of my blood somewhere.
But you like Italian food.
I do love Italian food.
Who doesn't? But Nick Ongarado, we'll see him during basketball season. And his athletic ability, we've seen it tonight on the basketball court. He is special.
Well, you almost get to the point of just wondering, why don't you just drop back and throw the ball deep to him?
Well, Ongarado is split to the near side. The handoff to McCulley. Good yardage. McCulley breaks it. McCulley at the 40, the 30. Drodar in pursuit. And McCulley gets taken down at the 2-yard line. Matt Drodar prevented a touchdown, at least momentarily, but a tremendous run by McCulley of 70. How many yards, Don? 72.
72 yards, and we're looking at the replay here, and it's nothing different than they haven't ran before. It's just the dive, but the blocking by Broomfield just opened up a wide open hole, and I mean, took a whole lot of advantage on the play. But look at the touchdown save and tackle there to stop him at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal inside the 2. Perez calling signals. Quarterback sneak. Touchdown! Angelo Perez gives Broomfield the lead. I tell you, I'm getting dizzy watching these guys go back and forth.
Back and forth. What a great play by Angelo Perez. That's his 2nd touchdown of the day on a quarterback keeper.
Pat LaLancette will attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So Broomfield strikes quickly to take a 28-23 lead with 10:43 to go. And that scoring drive, 27 seconds.
Well, it kind of helps when you have a guy who has a 72-yard run like the play beforehand by Ryan McCulley. And, you know, McCulley has, 12 carries today for, 102 yards and a touchdown. A huge play. Now let's go again look at the replay of the keeper in for a touchdown by Angelo Perez. And that's just pretty much where the line just puts their head down. They get a nice push on the defensive Legacy.
Yeah, Butch Burchell, the center, he just cleared some room. And Perez didn't need much room as he gets in for the score.
You know, Bill, I really like the patience of Broomfield with the way that their offense is. And I was saying earlier, why not you just throw the pass? It's very easy just to throw the ball downfield. And to get away from your game plan, you have to give a lot of kudos to Coach Gary Davis to stay with the game plan. Even though the running game wasn't working as planned, again, you knock on that door and you're going to bust it open for a big play.
Parris and McWee deep. It's a squib kick. It'll come to McWee at the 18. McWee grabbed by Robnett. Robnett won't let go, and McWee is taken down. Looked like a rodeo match out there at the 28-yard line. And that's where the Lightning will take over with 10:34 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Broomfield 28, Legacy 23. And we'll see now what the Lightning have up their sleeves as they are led out on the field by Patrick Medina.
Just a guess here, Bill. I think we're going to see a whole lot of Patrick Medina giving the ball to Fidel Parrish. Just a guess.
Here's the pitch to Parrish. Parrish crosses the 30-yard line, and he gets tackled. Good job that time, Justin, by the defense. Nemai leading the way. They strung it out, didn't give him any room.
Well, it didn't give him any room at all. And again, Legacy, their running game is not at their best when they run outside the tackles. We talked about this earlier in the game. Their run game is at the best when it's between the tackles, on the counters, on the dives. That's where they do very well. Again, Fidel Parrish, that's his 30th carry of the game for 169 yards. So you got to see what they're going to set up and do.
It'll be 2nd down and 8, ball at the 31-yard line. We'll see if they try to get it to McWee sometime, maybe on a reverse. Try to get the ball in his hands. Just getting it away to Schroeder, who gets out to the 38-yard line. Tremendous pressure applied by Broomfield, and Medina fortunate to get it away as Purse was pursuing.
Medina on the play action pass, as we're going to look on the replay here, almost got TKO'd by McLean there. Very fortunate to get the pass off in time to Schroeder, who catches the ball and makes this a 3rd and 2.
Cannon, the senior safety, with the tackle. 3rd down and short. Schroeder, he's not going to get it. Jimmy Roberts standing him up, and his teammates finishing him off. Purse and Cannon in there, also Bingham. And Legacy's going to have to punt the ball away. 4th and 1, and Wayne Voorhees is not going to take any chances. So a nice defensive stand by Broomfield, and they will have Ongarato and Rob Nell deep awaiting the punt from Travis Baum.
And it looks like Broomfield's going to come after this punt. Nope.
Baum gets it away. It'll bounce at the 40. Rob Nett picks it up at the 36 with some steam. Rob Nett churning out yardage down to the 46-yard line of Legacy. Little bit of a daring move by Rob Nett, but he took it on the bounce. And Broomfield in business. 8:19 to go. A 5-point lead. A 23-yard punt, a 16-yard return.
There's a huge importance of this drive here by Broomfield. Usually you want to take up the clock and use as much clock as possible. But the way that Legacy has problems scoring, they have to score using a lot of clock. If Broomfield could score on this drive, they might be able to seal it.
McCulley down to the 40. Second down and 5. So good yardage. Make it 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, you talked about the vision of McCulley. Great vision. The play was originally designed to go to the right. He saw that it was clogged up, ended up going to the left and getting a couple of yards on the play. And you know what? The clock is continuing to run as we hit 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game.
Ball at the 41 of Legacy. Angelo Perez gets the shotgun snap. Downfield, complete. Ongarato has it for a 1st down inside the Legacy 25-yard line.
Sometimes it just pays to be 6'1", athletic basketball player and can run pretty good routes. A great pass by Perez over there to Nick. I mean, just a wonderful throw up. See if we get a replay here.
I don't think they gave him a good spot. I thought Ongarato was well inside. Yeah, that's a bad spot.
Yeah, it's a bad spot.
They cost him a yard.
Yeah, it cost him a yard, but the clock continues to move.
Perez keeps, and he gets hit. 3 guys combined on the tackle. Mike Blasco, the senior defensive end. 6 feet tall, 232 pounds. He wrapped up Perez. Said, not that time, Angelo. 2nd down and 11. Under 7 minutes to go. And just the clock continues to count.
Yeah, and just to revisit the play before, Ongarato, that's the 3rd time that he has caught a pass on a post route like that.
It's got good hands.
Oh, got great hands.
Ongarato split to the near side. Perez keeps. Perez fumbles, but it's picked up by Broomfield. McCulley, check that. Purse goes in. Touchdown, Broomfield. A fortuitous bounce. Good heavens. I think that was Dan Purse with the score. If it's 86, then
Dan
it was
Purse. Dan Purse.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Good heavens.
Unbelievable.
So with 6:24 to go, Broomfield leads 34-23. That's an 11-point spread. An extra point here is huge. Pat LaLancette, the junior. Parker the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Broomfield fans going nuts across the field. 35-23 Eagles lead the Lightning. And what a crazy touchdown that was.
Bill, first of all, are you kidding me? This is the second time that a fortuitous bounce has happened the way of Broomfield. Again, you have Patrick Medina holding on to the ball. I mean, not Patrick Medina. You have Angelo Perez, check that, who was holding on to the ball, and he just slips out of his hands right into the arms of Dan Purse. And Purse, you know, he knows what to do with that football. He takes it all the way, the rest of the way in the end zone. A fumble recovery, taking it for a touchdown. And Bill, with 6:24 left in the game, Legacy is going to have to get out of their game plan, and they're going to have to start throwing the ball, or this may be over.
Still time, though, for the Lightning, but they can't dilly-dally. Paris and McWee are deep, awaiting the kick of Perez, and they have not kicked the ball deep, Broomfield. I think that's by design. They want to keep it out of the hands of McWee.
Yeah, with good reason.
Bouncing ball, and it's picked up at the 11 by McWee. McWee stutter steps at the 20. Breaks one tackle and is tripped up at the 29-yard line. Alex Rimbos got a hand on McWee. So 6:17 left. Legacy down by 12. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. And we'll see if Patrick Medina can work some magic here.
And one quick thing to note for Legacy is that the clock will stop on every first down.
McWee to the far side. Mitch McCall, the junior wide receiver, to the near side. Screen set up to McWee. McWee has a first down. Slammed to the turf at the 45.
Yeah, but we got a penalty on the field, on the play.
And we'll see if that one comes back. Blocking below the waist, or a chop block. And that will cost Legacy. And so that's a good gain, wiped out by another penalty.
Yeah, a great gain, a great call with the middle screen. As we go to look at the replay here, we have a chop block. The quarterback drops way back to give McWee a chance to get the ball over the middle, and he's just wide open runs. He gets the first down, but again, behind him in the play was a chop block, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Actually, it's going to be a 10-yard penalty, check that, from the spot of the foul. So it's going to be it's going to be first and 11.
First down and 11. Ball at the 28-yard line. Lee Cannon made that last stop for Broomfield. Throwing deep, intercepted by Oliver. Oliver takes it inside the 40. Everything going right in this fourth quarter for the Eagles. An overthrown pass, and Oliver is fired up, as are his teammates.
An overthrown ball to Oliver. Fidel Paris, he didn't look too confident in the route there. I don't think he thought that the ball was going to come his way, as Patrick Medina drops back, as you can see here. He drops back, tries to look off the safety, and he throws it to Medina. And, you know, just an overthrow goes into the hands of Oliver. And the game is not over yet. You still have time left on the clock, but, you know, the fat lady's starting to warm up a little bit.
5:38 to go, fourth quarter. Legacy could use a turnover. Broomfield, they just need to hold on to the ball. McCulley inside the 35-yard line. He's dragged down by the nose guard, Nathan Beatty. 2nd down and 8. Well, right now it's pretty simple if you're Broomfield. Try to churn out first downs, but most importantly, hold on to the football.
Well, even though we're outside of the 4 minutes, we have 5 minutes and 10 seconds left. You pretty much want to treat this like a 4-minute offense. What you want to do is you're not concerned about scoring. You want to get first downs, keep the ball in play, don't run out of bounds, and pretty much you don't want any incomplete passes. You don't want to stop the clock at all.
Out pattern to Angarado. He has it, and he's tackled inbounds. Drotar on the stop with assistance from Chiddix. And it's close to a first down. I believe they have it. First down, Broomfield.
And that's a safe play. It's a 5-yard hitch, throwing the ball on the outside to Angarado. And you know what, Angelo Perez, that pass has been there all day because of the way that the Legacy cornerbacks, they play 5 yards already off the ball, so they're going to give up 5 yards. So, you know, it's pitch and catch. It's like taking candy from a baby.
Angarado made sure he stayed in bounds.
Yeah, definitely. And he keeps the clock moving.
McCulley slide steps to the 25-yard line.
And, Bill, at some point, you got to start using your timeouts if you're Legacy. We're running down to 4 minutes left in the game.
Well, the main thing for the Lightning, they need a stop. They can't afford to give up another first down or a score. Again, it's a 12-point spread. So it's a 2-possession game. If they get a touchdown, that could ice it for the Eagles. A field goal, and there's still a chance
for
Legacy.
Yeah, also another touchdown could ice it because you're going to start using the timeouts for Legacy. And again, look, the quarterbacks are playing off of a person.
Perez throws it in the air. Complete. At the 5-yard line. First down. Pass was complete to Gian Panicucci. So Panicucci gets the first down reception.
Yeah, Panicucci gets the reception on just an out route here. And he was wide open. The quarterback for Legacy had no idea where the ball was going. And Legacy is now going to have to start using their timeouts to stop the clock. And just to give their team a chance, just a chance to get the ball back and score.
So Legacy takes their first timeout of the second half. Perez, 12 of 18, 259 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 TD pass. Are you surprised they put it in the air there?
Well, you know, I am a little bit surprised, but not when you look at the way that Gary Davies and his team is pretty much designed. They're a spread formation team. It's not any dangerous type of passes they have. It was hitches. It was a fake give and an outside throw to pretty much to receiver who you know is going to be wide open because of the way that Legacy plays on defense.
First and goal at the 5. And McCulley gets wrapped up. No gain. May have lost a yard. Actually, that was Perez on the keeper.
Oh, and you know what? Angelo Perez tried to catch Legacy slipping like the end of the first half when he had the 8-yard run for a touchdown. But what this does again is it keeps the clock moving. The clock doesn't stop. It's a safe play, and you can always go for a field goal.
2:47 to go and counting. Second and goal at the 5 for the Eagles. Perez taking his sweet old time. He's going to watch the back judge to start signaling 5 seconds, which he does. Power I formation, and McCulley grinds it down to the 4, maybe the 3-yard line. Takes a little shove there from one of the defensive players. And a timeout taken by Legacy. They have 1 timeout remaining.
And one thing about Broomfield, let's not forget that this is the 6th-ranked team in 4A football here in Colorado. So this is not a pushover team, so it's not a shock to see what's happening and the way that Broomfield is playing today.
Well, Fruita Monument, they're a 5A team, and Broomfield manhandled them in their opening game. Legacy won their opening game over Overland. So the ball is spotted just inside the 5-yard line. I thought that McCulley got an extra yard or two. Tell you what, there's an awful lot of cheerleaders here for Legacy.
Yeah, definitely.
I just looked down on the track, and they might lead the league in number of cheerleaders.
Well, you know, they got some cheerleaders in white. You have some cheerleaders in navy. Anytime you have enough cheerleaders to go with your home and away colors, I think you have a couple.
Yeah. Third down. I formation behind Perez.
Bill, I wouldn't be surprised to see a pass to Angario.
Also known as Angarado.
Angarado, check that.
Perez throws it toward the end zone, incomplete. That stops the clock. Now, if you're Gary Davies, do you chance a field goal? You've already had a couple of extra points blocked.
Well, it looks like your answer is going to be given to you right now. And, yeah, you did have a couple of field goals that were blocked in the first half. So, you know what? But the protection looked a whole lot better.
Well, we'll see.
If all else, you know, hopefully you can get a field goal here and make this a 15-point game.
Pat LaLancette will kick it from the 11-yard line, a 21-yard field goal. You also have to watch the fake. Kick is up, and it is good. A 21-yard field goal by LaLancette, and that gives Broomfield a 38-23 lead. However, it is a two-possession game still. But with one timeout, Legacy's going to have to score quickly, get an onside kick, and score quickly again and get a two-point conversion.
Well, before we get to all the kickoffs and onsides and this, that, and the other, it comes down to do a one thing, and that's scoring on this next drive. If I was Legacy, I would actually put Cameron McWee as one of the up men because that's the way that Broomfield has been kicking off the ball the whole game. Make him an up man. Give your best athlete a chance to take this back to the house.
McWee trots back to await the kickoff of Angelo Perez. Now, Justin, if I recall correctly in the pregame, you predicted a low-scoring game.
I did.
All right. Just want to make that straight there.
Well, you know, 38 points is always a low-scoring game for playing basketball.
Here we go. Perez, kick it away. Squibber. And it will go out of bounds.
Ah, smart
so
play.
They'll spot it at the 35-yard line. 65 yards away from a touchdown for Legacy. 2:18 on the clock, fourth quarter. A 15-point deficit, and the last 17 points have been scored by Broomfield. All in this quarter. Is that correct, Don? Okay. Don Apodaca, our ace stat man. So we'll see if Patrick Medina can score quickly. And you know the pressure is going to be on from the Broomfield defense. Medina, slant, incomplete, intended for McWee. Good coverage by Delp and Cannon.
They're double teaming McWee. They're just making it tough for any type of completion. But this shouldn't be surprising, as you talked about earlier, how Broomfield scored all 17 points in the fourth quarter. When they played against Fruita Monument, they scored 12 points. Fruita Monument had none in the fourth quarter also. So Broomfield is definitely a well-conditioned team.
McWee, far sideline, bomb to the near side. Medina being chased. Medina will run it. Down. And out of bounds. So a 14-yard scamper. 2:07 on the clock. Again, one timeout left for Legacy. If you're wondering, Broomfield with 2 timeouts left, but I don't think we'll see them take it.
No, I don't think we'll see them at all.
Unless there's a mix-up on defense, something of that nature. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Schroeder in a slot left. Medina in trouble. Screen pass complete to Paris. Paris, first down. That will stop the clock. Ball at the 38-yard line. 2 minutes exactly remaining.
Great play by Medina to get the screen pass to Fidel Paris. Pretty much faked out the defender in order to get the pass there. Almost had a sack.
Hurry up offense. Clock is moving. Good protection. It breaks down. Medina gets out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Do they have enough for the first down? Yes, they do. That was a smart play by Medina not to force it there.
Yeah, smart play by Medina not to force to pass and to get another interception. But you know what? If you're Broomfield, you're okay with plays like that. You're okay with Legacy going up and down the field. You just don't want them to score too quickly.
Medina. Scrambling like Fran Tarkenton. Fires toward the end zone. Caught out of bounds.
First of all, what a great throw by Medina. Unfortunately, it was out of bounds.
That was Aaron Edwards, who was doing everything he could to keep his toes in bounds. All you need is 1 foot in bounds in high school football.
Yeah, let's see how close this play was, as Medina had all the time in the world. As we see the end of this play, a great catch by the tight end, but
Can't really tell.
No, you could tell his foot hit out of bounds, hit the white line.
McQuee. Down at the 21. Clock will keep rolling. He'll be third and short. Minute 27 and counting. At 35. Thought he got a little more. Some movement on the left side of the Legacy line, and that will set them back 5 yards. We'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Obviously, 4 down territory. Illegal procedure on Legacy. 1:16 on the clock. And a timeout taken by Broomfield. So they'll gather their defense.
Yeah, gather your defense, gather your breath. You know, that's not a bad timeout to call there if you're Broomfield. Make sure that you have all your defensive assignments in place and you don't have anybody guessing.
So a 15-point gap. They need 2 scores. And a 2-point conversion mixed in. It's not impossible. And the way this game has gone, I wouldn't count it out, but things are looking very good for Broomfield. The Eagles, first half, 9 penalties. Second half, 1 penalty.
That's something that we talked about at the opening of this game, is the team that makes the least mistakes going to win the game. At first, Broomfield have penalties all over the place. A lot of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, but again, at halftime, Coach Gary Davis talked to his young men, settled them down, and they played the best football, especially in the most important quarter, which is the fourth quarter.
Broomfield with 17 unanswered points to take a 38-23 lead. Minute 16 to go in the fourth. Legacy 3rd and 10 at the 29-yard line. Out pattern complete to McCall. McCall down to the 15. First down. Clock will stop while they set the chains. Hurry up offense for Legacy. Medina rushes up to center. Clock starts. And we've got a whistle. Final score, Broomfield 38, Legacy 23. And we'll have our post-game show in a few moments. A terrific high school football game here at North Stadium. It goes Broomfield's way, 38-23 over Legacy. Bill Rogan along with Justin Adams. And Justin, seesaw battle early on through the first three quarters. Broomfield down by 2, 23-21. Then they score 17 unanswered points. What was the turning point?
Well, the turning point in the game was a 72-yard run by the running back, and just as vividly by McCulley, who had a great run on the dive. And it looked like, Coach Davies was going to run a lot of dives early on that didn't look like they were working. He didn't have as many yards early on in the game, but he stuck with the game plan, bust up in a huge run. He was tackled at the 2-yard line, but that definitely opened up the rest of the game for Broomfield.
They also had a couple of good bounces. One, a blocked extra point turned into a 2-point conversion for Broomfield. And then Dan Purse picked up a fumble by quarterback Angelo Perez and ran it in. So things went well for Broomfield that fourth quarter.
I think the word you're going to use is fortuitous bounces. I mean, when was the last time you've seen a quarterback fumble the ball forward and then to the arms of a lineman and he runs it in for a touchdown? It's just the way that the game was played for Broomfield today, and the bounces literally went their way.
And Broomfield was sloppy in the first half. They had some penalty issues. They cleaned that up in the second half. And before a big crowd, Angelo Perez put on a show. 260-something yards passing. He ran for 2 touchdowns. His connections with Angarado were spectacular. Angelo Perez was our player of the game.
And well-deservedly so to be the player of the game. Had 2 quarterback keepers for a touchdown. Totally controlled the game, controlled the clock for Broomfield when they needed it most and when it mattered most. And definitely Angelo Perez deserves to be a player of today's game.
And it's early in the year, so plenty of time for Legacy to regroup. They put up a good battle, but they just didn't have it in the fourth quarter.
Well, it looked like they just ran out of gas in the fourth quarter, but you have to give all the props up forward to Broomfield. They shut out Fruita Monument 12-0 in their last game, and then they shut out Legacy 17-0 in this game. Great job by Coach Gary Davies, great job by Broomfield, and a great win for this program.
So the first win for Broomfield over Legacy, and now both teams move forward, and we move forward as well. Our next game will be at Holy Family. That should be fun.
Oh, it's going to be a fun game, excitement, atmosphere, and you know what? I can't wait. Are you ready?
I'm not ready yet, but I will be.
Okay.
I'm still gearing down from this one. So for our stat man, Don Apodaca, and for Justin Adams and the entire Channel 8 crew, I'm Bill Rogan. Thanks for watching. Once again, the final score, Broomfield 38, Legacy 23. Good night, everybody.